Zone out.
Baby, you can't change my mind. It's just love that gets me high. And I know this for certain. Yeah, suicide, hey, suicide. You've been on my mind like all the time. So let me slide, hey, I'm coming through, yeah. With all the crew and all the brew and all the tree and all the tunes. We all got problems that we all wanna fix, but I wanna sip this cup.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Excalibur Entertainment presents Let's Talk About It. I'm here with my girl Lacey. We got my boy over here, Obie. And you know we got the main man Mello over here.
J Mello,
Like I said, this is Let's Talk About It. So, what you got for us today, Obie?
A couple of questions. I just want to make sure that, we want to get things in order around Phoenix and its dating scene. I've been out here for about 6 months trying to get things in order. Some of these ladies that threw me off, so.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
We're going to help you out. We're going to help our boy Obie out. What's going on?
Let's figure out, the first question I had is, a lot of people like to Netflix and chill, but how many of us really have made it through a whole movie without the chill part?
No, let's talk about it. All right. So, if you ask me, it depends on the movie. If it's a real good movie, say I'm watching Star Wars, yeah, we're going to make it through the whole thing.
I like Hulu. Let me just throw that out there.
Can I say that?
This nigga lying.
Facts.
Hey, I'm just saying. If it's a good movie, don't bother me. I got my wings. I got everything going on.
So you saying if your woman come in and she kissing on your neck, you gonna worry about your wings and what you watch on screen and getting you some?
She already know. Wait till after.
I'm gonna ask a woman.
Listen.
You think?
The force
No.
is not with you, sir.
No, I think
So you think Mello can eat wings and not pay attention to you?
No, I'm not having it.
I'm not
But
having
some
it.
women, I do know some women, if they're binge watching and it is their series, you can forget about it. Like, I know some girls that are really, really, really like that. Like, if it's their series, they're binge watching, whatever, Game of Thrones, whatever. I'm not the type
No,
of
we talking
person.
about movies. We ain't
We're
talking about no TV
movies. We're not
shows.
talking about series. We're talking about movie. What movie will you watch entirely without being interrupted?
Crooklyn, that's probably it.
That's a lie.
All right, you see that? You heard us, the main man himself. He said that is a lie.
Man said Spike ain't
But
got
I
that much
think
power.
now.
every woman is different though, so I
Shout out
think it
Spike.
depends on the woman.
Okay.
And it depends on the relationship that's going on. If this is like the first time meeting the dude, you might get through a whole movie, or you might not.
That's the trick. I mean, I'm gonna tell you from a better source perspective. If I can get you to watch a movie with me, you're not watching the whole movie. That's the whole joint.
Also true. So is asking a girl to watch a movie a setup in the first place? This is
Absolutely.
all a trick?
Yes.
What?
Okay, see, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So
So
if he
y'all
asks you
ain't-
to the
so-
movie
So
theater.
y'all ain't noticed by now, Jay's the good guy here.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yes, I am the good guy. It's not always a trick, but I'm just saying, do you like the girl or not? If you like her, then watch the whole movie. If you don't see her as wifey, then I don't,
My perspective is she wifey or not, you can rewind the movie. You can't rewind the moment. So,
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's true. That's
she
true.
gonna give you some, and you gonna get her some, and then y'all can watch the movie after y'all done.
So when do you ask her to come over and watch a movie?
First night.
At night or in the morning?
Who watched the movie in the morning? We
Well,
at work.
See, in Arizona, it don't matter because you can ask them during the day. It's too hot to be outside. You can't say, "Let's go for a walk." It's 115 degrees, so it kind of working your purpose. The best thing to have is a pool and a movie and a big screen.
Ladies, if they ask you to watch a movie, say no.
Don't you do it?
Or if you
But wait,
hot girl summer, go ahead and go.
So you saying that ladies want it less than men do? They don't know that it's a trap before they get there?
Some women
Ain't no
are
song.
some women are honestly oblivious. Like I do have friends that are like, oh, he asked me to come over and go watch a movie and blah blah blah, and and end up pregnant, and I'm at the baby shower. Or
Pregnant. Okay, that sounds like a personal
or
problem.
some girls get invited to go watch a movie and be like, no, girl, I told him to take me to the movie theater. So I don't know.
All right, so let's go back to the whole taking to the movie theater. You know how expensive movie theaters are?
But is there really a price on passion?
Ain't no passion
No,
on
but
the
you
first
can't-
day.
you
can't
can't
say
get
that.
to know-
Yes, it is. First dates can be passionate.
You can go to a movie on the first date.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you let a man take you to the movie on the first date, you might as well give him some. You can't get to know a man in a movie theater. You can't talk to him. You don't get no small talk.
That's true. Y'all just sitting in the dark room watching the movie. It's too quiet. You can't.
Might as well make
There's
talk.
no passion.
Yeah, I guess. I'm so over you guys. So what are some dating obstacles that you guys have come across with women in Arizona? And they speak for you. Like what are some?
I don't date.
Spot.
Oh, P.S. We went hiking on our first date, so that was like so crazy.
P.S. Meet the Mellows. I don't date. Don't come for me. And be in my inbox. Sorry.
But what? Okay, so in the
we
dating,
didn't invite nobody to the inbox. We give us perspective.
in the dating scene, where would you guys are feeling a chick, you like really into her? Where are you taking her first date?
All
I'm
right.
gonna take
Let
her
me-
to the mountain.
I'm gonna cook for
But that sounds like get you some because.
her.
Okay, so
She get a meal.
Nah.
Maybe I do too.
here's what we're gonna do.
He came over my house the first 14 times.
Wow, 14. Lately, you hear that?
You
14.
cooked every
I
time.
cooked every time. Every
You even
time.
make Cuban food. I was impressed.
But they're engaged now, so see my point.
I was
every
impressed. You can cook.
I'm a chef. She didn't know. It's too late now.
And let's be clear on that. And this gonna sound crazy and a little biased, but men cook better than women. And I got a perspective on that if you want it.
I agree. I agree.
I got a perspective on that if you want it.
I gotta go home after this, so yeah.
So I'm gonna be Mello's inner voice.
Amen.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna say the
For
things he
Obie
wanna
Brown.
say.
my mom and dad both cooked, but it was always like fun when my dad was in the kitchen.
It's a big production.
All right. So since we got this lovely couple, who does the majority of the cooking between you two?
I mean, I do like signature dishes and different things, but he's really good. Like cooking is his thing. Like it's really
Since
honest,
the first 14 days.
it's his thing, and I
I've
cook.
still been going.
He's still going.
No, I cook. I cook.
Real
Like,
man
I can
cook,
go
hey.
down.
Yeah.
I come from a family of restaurants, so I can cook, but cooking is like his thing.
Cause we
He
come
like
from
plates it
restaurant.
all cute and everything. You can take a picture,
That's
put it
what-
on the
that's what
gram.
you're supposed to do.
Like,
Brother that cooks.
The presentation.
Ladies,
is
our men
nice.
out there like to cook.
well, so okay, Justin. So you're not cooking on the first date, but what's the first date?
Oh, I never said I wasn't cooking.
Well, okay. So what are
Okay.
you doing for your
So,
first date? Because Obie's
first
cooking.
date-
He's obviously cooking and hiking. And what are you doing?
First date, I'm breaking the ice. All right,
Okay.
I'm competitive. I may take you bowling, may take you to like grayscale, do some rollerblading. I don't know, something that's gonna break that ice so I can see who you really are. Because you can tell a lot about a person if they're competitive. You know how they react to a loss
So
or a win.
somebody told me today you shouldn't be competitive in a relationship.
Say that.
Mm.
Say that.
I disagree 1,000%.
So in a way, you shouldn't be competitive. There's fun competitiveness, and then there's like that, that asshole kind of competitive. You know what I mean? Like it's all right to be competitive with your loved one,
Right.
as long as it's that fun.
It's good, and this is what I said. It's good
But
to
is it
compete
you
with
and them
someone.
against the world to compete against the world? Because if you
Oh,
have
yeah, of
competition
course.
in your own household, that's
No. Okay,
That's
so
deep.
let me explain this.
I
a
may
little
break
bit.
up.
Let me
No.
explain a little bit. So me and my wife, if we're at home, we'll play Mario Kart. It's competitive.
Okay.
It is competitive. But if it's anything else, we're a team. Ain't nobody gonna beat us. That's how it is.
Y'all play spades, is that what you're saying?
No, I don't play spades. No, play spades.
I'll fight you if you get the wrong book. Bro. If you lose our books, yeah, never again.
We don't play
I'm kidding.
spades. We
We
haven't
play
done
bowls.
that. We haven't done that. But I'm just saying, there's that good kind of competitive where it's fun and you still loving each other and all that good stuff. And then there's that competitive that you want to be with everybody else.
True.
That's where you shouldn't be that way in a relationship. That's what I'm
So is it you can compete with her but not against her kind of thing?
Yeah.
But competition is relevant and is healthy because steel sharpens steel. If she's not pushing you
Exactly.
to become better, then
Exactly. And that actually goes into another point. I think that's what's wrong with relationships today.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Is, a lot of relationships that you see today, nobody is how I want to put like, I help you, you help me, let's build this together. A lot of women, no offense, a lot of women are like, hey, what do you got? What are you bringing to this table?
Absolutely.
What do you bring to this table? Like,
Yeah.
Now, granted, there are some women that's independent, okay, but a lot of what you see right now are just, I want a man who has this, this, and this, and this. And the only thing I'm bringing is this 99 Honda Civic and a nice hairdo, you know what I mean?
Oh, and that's a lot because some women are just groomed to be taken care of and they're not coming with no education, no car, no job, no ambitions, and maybe somebody else's kids.
Well,
That's true.
And to give women a break and trying to, you know, I'm 100% agreeing with you, but it's kind of on us too, because
I agree.
you don't know what she's been through before she got there,
Yeah.
and then, you know, we sit there and act like we got it. So if we gonna act like we gonna spend it, then she gonna call you a bluff. That's kind of on you. But then a lot of times, you know, she's been so hurt by trying to do the right thing and date the right way.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, it's like, you know, what you say, hot girl summer and city girl.
Hot girl summer.
You want to do bald head whole shit and
Yeah.
with the cartwheels.
All right, so you know, I'll play
It
that game
depends
with
on
you.
it depends on the woman's mentality too, because just like you said, like for the women, you know, they may have been hurt so many times and they may have actually just been burnt by a previous lover who just ran their credit up and did all those things, so they may be left with nothing. So there is that woman, but there is also, you know, the bald-headed hoe shit woman and all of that. But what differentiates the two is just an initial conversation to see where their head is. Because if you come with, in their messages like, what's up, I'm gonna get your nails done, I'm gonna get your toes done, blah, 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 then that's how they're gonna come. But if you come like, you know, hey, how you doing? I saw your status, like.
You a lie.
What do you mean?
I'm calling everybody out. If you come in their inbox and say, hey, what you doing, they gonna leave your ass on red.
If they even look at it.
If they look at it, they gonna leave you on red, and they want the dude that exuded responsibility and all that other stuff, the drug dealer and the gang
Well,
banger.
so let's talk
And
about it.
that's
So
what
what's an
I'm
initial
not a drug
message?
dealer or a gangbang.
What's an initial message that you send to a female that you don't want to just Netflix and chill with her? You want to kind of get to know her. Is there a message that should be sent?
If it's not in real life, don't send it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's rough.
You can't read everything off of a text message, just like you and I. If I was to ever write you a message in your inbox, we would have never talked. But
Well, yeah.
He went out to the
But
event he knew he
hey,
was going to.
But,
and when
but
the
God,
guy hit
no,
him.
no, no. I mean, God bless that whole situation. I'm gonna tell you that.
That was a very strange way that
was
I met
very,
you.
yeah.
Especially because you're a singer and I host all the shows, so I still don't know how I did not meet you.
Broke it down.
What?
So-
Mellow, you broke it down, baby.
Mental. That's where you have to start at.
I think social
Come
media
correct.
has messed up the game.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
You
Of
can't,
course.
you can't, you know.
You know what? And
Chivalry.
my Facebook had just, I had no Facebook or anything too at the time that I met you. That was crazy too.
I didn't like my Facebook. My Facebook just be ugly.
Chivalry and being a gentleman and being nice, Facebook threw it all away.
Yeah.
So what's a message that you could send though if you are that introvert, you're not going to get a chance to see them in person? What is something that you could say
It's
that's
tough.
catchy and appealing but's not going to leave you on red?
It's just
Or
tough.
get screenshotted too, because a lot of girls are screenshot. I be looking through my timeline like, oh girl, oh my god.
This is like, that question is a real roadblock because there's no real answer to that.
And anything you say, some female are gonna be like, nope, it ain't gonna work
No,
for me.
No. If you come and say,
that is
hey,
true.
you know what? If you come out, be ballsy and say, hey, I want to marry you, left on red. If you say, hey, I want to get to know you, left on red. If you come in and say, I got a dick pic for you, left on red.
And then they're gonna blast you.
Right.
You know what?
Now you're
If you like me, you don't
I
care.
think memes
Nah, I
are
never
our
did
friend.
that in my life.
I think memes are our friend.
Well,
Because
okay.
if you make a girl laugh, then you got her.
Not true.
They gonna laugh their way back out to the doors.
They're gonna laugh and still leave you on red. Because you can easily just, in any female's inbox, say, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I do this for a living.
Right.
I got this. Not necessarily like your money, but, you know, I got a degree. I got this and I got this.
So for
Just
the
do
sake,
that.
so for the sake of time, let's narrow it down. What is a way that you're gonna get a girl through social media?
And what I found in
Find
my
out
former
where
life,
she is.
in my former life, what I found out was if you actually speak to them on their page as opposed to in their inbox
Oh, true.
and start that conversation,
True.
it's
Public
easier for
forum.
you to transition into the inbox.
No screenshots
when,
and all that.
when it gets personal, then you transition into, hey, here go my number, hit me, boom.
Alright,
But,
so
okay.
you went into the less aggressive.
Yeah,
less
we
invasive
gonna look at your. I'm gonna talk shit about your status, and then I'm gonna slide.
Right.
Once you comfortable with me having a conversation with you,
Okay.
All right.
I should tell y'all.
I didn't even know social media had steps like that.
This makes sense.
So let's
One
reverse
of
it.
it.
Hey, this man is there.
Let's flip the script a little bit. We're talking a lot about the women part of it. I think what people, aren't really focusing on is men. Men get hurt just like women, but you don't hear that from us, do you?
Men get hurt.
No,
Men get
well,
hurt.
and that just goes back to the man is supposed to just be like,
See?
but
See?
The man's supposed to be like what? Say it.
I mean, that's how girls feel. I mean,
Nah.
they want a boss. You know what I'm saying? They want to, there's gonna be like that. I'm a different kind of breed because I'm like, I'm aware of mental health. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody is like that. So I mean, it sucks for y'all.
The perspective of what a boss is the funny part of that. Because
Yeah.
a boss is a man that can be in tune with, like I tell my son, it's okay to cry if you're passionate about something. And if that
Yeah.
makes me soft, cool. You go do your thing, end up with that dude that don't cry and don't treat you like nothing.
Mhm.
And then you'll be back on this side talking about how man ain't no shit and
Yeah.
yada yada
That's
yada.
true.
I play devil's advocate all the time because I think men make it hard for men like us to really
That's true.
find the quality women that, how many loops did you have to jump through before you found her?
4,478.
Man, let's talk
And
about it.
how many times will you get, well, I gotta get myself together because
Right.
some man then tore you down. But ain't no
Yeah.
such thing as it's not. And I was looking at this. I put this on my Facebook yesterday.
Let's talk about it.
The funny part
Dating
is,
is such a big,
It's
because
tough.
everyone's looking for love. Whether they say they're not or they are, everyone
Pause. You say a lot of people look for love. That's a tough one. Not in today's world. A lot of people are looking for that temporary love with that side piece.
A lot of people are infatuated with what the internet is displaying, and it's multiples and not singular. Because
Exactly.
yeah.
in the world today, somebody getting married is frowned upon in the same light as the person who's coming through and he has 4 or 5 different girlfriends and he can trade off whenever he likes.
Exactly.
But that's like idolized. That's like, it's golden. They want to be a part of that. But it's like later on down the line when you 50 and you 60 and you ain't got them same 4 O's, they don't look the same no more. And their values ain't the same when you get at that age as well. So mental is just it. One-on-one is definitely the way to go.
and like, just to kind of piggyback off that and go back to what I was saying, I always tell women that you don't discover who you are, you decide who you are.
Yeah.
So if you gotta find yourself, you
Yeah.
haven't decided the woman you want to be.
Yeah.
So that's not on the man that you just left or just left you. That's on you letting him be in control of your destiny
Yeah.
and what you're focused on. You know, I see women all the time, 5 kids, pregnant, no
Yeah.
baby daddy, one after the other,
Then they turned lesbian.
and then they.
No, that's another thing. But
Then
we
they
gonna
look
cut out.
like boss.
Next week's episode.
Next week's episode. Tune in. We gonna talk about it.
Not in head.
It does happen, but I think too, like a lot of times women get in a relationship and that's like a bottom line for them. They stop self-exploration, they stop doing things to better themselves. Cause I've seen girls get with a guy, oh girl, he's paid. I don't go to school anymore. Oh damn, girl, I stopped working.
So
Oh girl, they let me go. I do, I'm like, wow. And now it's just cause you're with him now and and I feel like that's the wrong way to go. Because I feel like a woman is only gonna be as good as how she pushes herself. A man does not define like, oh, you good because you with me now. No, like who are you other than his girl?
but is it now those women, they don't date like the really paid guys. Like the guys that are like got a degree that's running the Fortune 500 paid. I'm
No.
asking. They date the hustler, the guy that's making it fast and it looks good. Is that, I'm asking.
Sometimes,
Majority?
or they meet someone and they meet someone that they want to build with. They need someone that's not, you know, maybe not doing extravagantly well or not super low on the totem pole, but they need someone that they want to build with. So I mean, I guess it all
But
depends
if you
on.
building with someone, wouldn't that building be you building too?
Yeah.
Like for me,
You
my
don't see
woman
that,
has
though.
to. My woman is not has to, but I would like for her to go further than my push would be for her
Yeah.
to go further than, you know, if I got a bachelor's, you get a doctor. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If you got a doctor, now I want a master's. And that's where that competition conversation comes back in. It's like, that's healthy competition.
Yeah.
That's like, I want to match your hustle. It's not me going against you. But what women, like you said, what they do is they stop. They're
Yeah.
like, well, he got it, so I don't have to do it. But if he goes or something happens, I ain't go to school, I stopped my dreams, I stopped doing this. What man wants their woman not to live out their dream?
I know a lot of guys who actually, that's been intimidating for them. So they want them
A lot of
to
guys.
stop their dreams, and then now they're dancers in the club. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so it goes both ways. I think, like, even when him and I met, I kind of just told him, like, yo, this is what I'm doing. I'm graduating from this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm gonna do this with or without you. I want you to be a part of this. Woo woo. And then he was like, oh well, I'm doing this. So if you want to blah, and I was just like, oh, okay. You know, so it's a little bit different, but I do know some women, it all comes from the mentality. Because some guys who are, you know, bosses, whatever, drug dealers or whatever, or they're you know, making money other different types of ways. Let's say they're successful, not you know,
Illegally or
anything
legally?
illegal.
Ask the question.
Maybe
So-
they're
so-
legally successful. Sometimes they are going for those dumbed down girls that they can just kind of sit up in the house and kind
That's
of
mental
just.
health issues.
So why do guys do that? Because that's what some guys are looking
Again,
for. They
so
want the
that-
girl who got the butt implants, the cute face, the lace fronts, who are gonna sit in the house, and then when they go out, they can just take them out.
So there's a difference between a man and a boy. Boys want that. A man does not want that.
That's just arm candy.
But you can be both. You can be cute and smart.
Yeah, but that's
How many?
rare.
Now, here's how many women do you see? You got friends that hustle like you do.
None.
Dang.
All right, I'm just playing.
It's
Way too
a
many.
I am a strong believer that you attract your vibe attracts your tribe. So the women that I do meet, and I hook up a lot of people. If you're listening, and I hooked you up. But your vibe does attract your tribe. And like I meet a lot of like really boss ass women, like CEOs of companies and doing different things, whether they were already established when I met them or are getting established or whatever. So I've met a lot of girls, but even some of them too are kind of like
Too independent.
hashtag goals. I don't need a man, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Or there are some that are like,
It's like they lose their mind almost. Like women that come into power like that, and I'm not gonna say it's every woman, but it's like when they're driven to get to that end cap or that whatever that end point is, it's like a man is not a part of their world. So they make sure that they impose on that every single time or every chance that they get, whether it's in a club, in a library, in a Starbucks, or whatever it is. They gonna definitely power up and tell motherfucker, I don't need you and you ain't shit, but that might just be the one for them for the whole rest of their life, and they don't know it because they can't see it.
yeah,
It's like the
getting
power
lost
trip
in
almost,
it. Yeah, that's kind of like a power trip almost.
And it sucks though.
So as a boss woman, what do you say to, you know, what type of book clubs do you gotta have to fix these women? Because them the type of women we really want. We just don't want that mentality. We want someone to be a boss and have her own and do her own thing, but still be the nurturing, loving,
Yeah.
you know, woman.
I think too that sometimes women are not already that's not instilled in them. It's different though, because my parents groomed me to be this way. You know what I'm saying? So other people's parents, they may not have had that upbringing.
Don't you have a
whatever.
sister?
I do. Yes, you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's another story. But yes, so what I'm saying is that everybody is different. Everybody is groomed a different way. Everyone is groomed a different way. So it's just if those women don't have that aspect in them, I'm all for let's kind of make a list of pros and cons, babe. What do you feel like I could change or be better at? This is what I feel like you could change or be better at. I feel like these are your strong points. I feel, you know what I mean? But then you have to be able to be compatible with someone that is going to even indulge in that type of conversation with you.
People don't do that.
And just on that, Jay, do you and your significant other, y'all sit down and do yearly goals and plan and like
Of course.
vision boards? Because that's what
course.
we miss.
It's
as-
important.
Me and my wife, we have goals. We have specific goals that we want.
Grammar police, my wife and I.
My wife
Just
and
kidding.
I. Sorry, my fault. My wife and I. She probably can't believe when she sees this, but no, we have goals. We have a 2-year goal. We have a 3-year goal. We have those goals to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we get from point A to point B. We're going to do it together.
When did you introduce that into your relationship?
I was from the get go. It was from the get go. Like after we were talking, before we initially moved in together, that was something that we said, okay, this is how we're going to do it, because when you move in together, it changes things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a big one. Let's talk about
Let me
that.
tell you, because when you take two people and you move in together, I may be used to waking up 10 o'clock playing my game. She's doing something else. But when we moved in together, it's a whole different story. We had to learn to live with each other, and now we can't live without each other. You know what I mean? So
Aw.
it's something that we had to establish, so we can make everything work. As far as we just got 2 new cars, we literally had to talk about it before we got these cars. Say, hey, can we handle it? She looked at me and said, babe, can we handle it? I said, yeah, we can do it. We can do it together. And we got 2 new
So
cars.
she didn't want the Porsche and to give you the car you already had for 7 years.
The one she came in
She
with?
wanted a truck. Let me tell you, she wanted a big truck, black on black. That's what she wanted. And I said, maybe later. But
So when is it important to introduce that aspect into the relationship? How do you know when you're ready to be like, okay, we've been Netflixing and chilling, we've been spending the night at each other's houses. Are we gonna move in? Are we gonna start vision boards? Or so like when does that take
What
place?
will your initial conversation be?
that
Like,
initial
what
conversation.
are you doing with your life? Like, because for me, has been semi-successful, or at least on my way to.
You've
where
done
I
a lot of
wanna
positive things in the
be. Yeah,
community.
I mean, in the community, like I've been blessed to have done a lot.
Yeah.
But like for me,
And in
it's
multiple
like,
states, y'all, he's being humble.
But with that, it's like, where is it that, like again, it's always going to be still sharp and steel. How
Yes.
can you make me a better this? And I think, anyone that I deal with, that's the goal.
So you have that in the initial conversation, you
Yeah,
guys
it's
kind of
like-
have that talk.
Yes.
And it's not what can you do to make me, but it's like, let me see, you don't have to be, I'm blessed enough to deal with very intelligent women,
Yeah.
but you don't have to be here, but are you heading here? Or
Yeah.
are you
Right.
okay with being,
Bottom
you're living in
of
low
the barrel.
income housing, is it
don't have
you
no
helping your
option.
mother who's sick, or are you living there because you have no ambition on doing nothing but letting the government take care of you? Or if you're got an
Yeah.
associate's, what's your 3-year plan to get your bachelor's?
Right.
What's the next step?
Yeah, where are you going from here? You want to be a CEO, where's your business plan?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you understand what it takes? Do you know how to get articles of corporation? Do you know how to build,
Mhm.
and if that doesn't come out of that conversation, then we really can't have much more.
And I think another strong point is though, not everybody has a mentality to be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or know where to start. Because I talk to plenty of people I help with small business, just growing, marketing your stuff. So I do meet a lot of fabulous people that like have all these ideas in their head and don't even know. I can Google to get my LLC. I can Google to get my EIN number. I can, you know what I'm saying? So there are some women, I think a woman is valuable even if she just has that mindset. She may not have it all together. She may be still living off her grandma's $8 rent and everything else and all of that.
I'm moving in.
Got 16 right now.
But she is.
Grandma, can I pay it up for the next 2 years?
I got it. How long can I get?
But she is, so if she has the mindset, I think she's still valuable. She may not have it all yet, but if she has the mindset.
But what's the mindset if you're
if she lights up when you tell her that, oh, I know, you can just do this, you can do that. If she lights up to something like that and isn't like, could you go and do that for me while you think it goes in my nails today?
Get out of here with that.
Then you have to talk to them.
Unless I'm married to you, and your nails did and your hair done, that is your upkeep. I have to get my hair cut. I have to get my manicure, my pedicure. Because if I'm not with you, guess what I gotta do? I gotta look good. Even though I don't have a haircut today, it's because I've been busy. But, you know, your grooming is, now, if you're my wife, it's ours, so it ain't mine and yours no more. So it's like, it's ours. So you don't have to call and get your nail appointment because I've already done it and it's paid for. But as who I'm dating, that's on you. Don't ask me to get your nails done. And if you can't afford to do it, that ain't what you need to do.
And I think that's where some girls miss their forever, because they will skip over that guy and go for the guy in the DM talking about, what's up, the nails and toes, $70, what's your cash app? And see, but that's because a lot of women, and I am a woman, and I
that 40 is power.
I am a woman, but sometimes that is more intriguing for that type of woman, and sometimes, you know, women don't think about longevity.
So you're telling me, as a woman, as a boss in your own right, $50 to get your manicure, that's what it really costs at the little Chinese place.
Mine is 110.
Yeah, because
some women do other stuff.
But you go to the...
Bro, wait, hold up. What did you say?
And it's it.
I'm a short-time girl. I'm a short-time girl. I like the art. I like the matching toes. But babe, I've never asked you to give me. But babe, I've never asked you to give me anything that I didn't already come with myself because you met me that way.
But to my point,
But a lot of women are
that $50 investment is more important for you to go with that guy that's gonna pay every week that $50 because his re-up money is that, than a guy who can teach you how to take care of yourself for the rest of your life.
But some women are not, for them, it's just not that deep. It's hot girl summer. It is hot girl summer. I got.
So how do we change that mentality? Because that's,
you gotta.
By having these powerful women events. Like I just went to an event for all women called Let's Go Sis, and it was so empowering.
So
let me.
I'm away for Jack.
I get what you're saying. We do need to, upkeep our strong women. But again, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Please.
It's the men too. Men are intimidated by a strong woman. They are. If you have a woman who has all her stuff together, and you got the man who just want to get J's, he's intimidated by her.
But who are the men that are intimidated by her?
The
ones that it's not even really the weak
ones. The ones that only
because
have that to offer.
The ones that are about business, like if you work for someone your whole life, then to me you're weak. And the reason I said, not because you work a job, but because the ambition of you watching someone else, you're watching someone else fulfill their dream.
Rich off of what you do. Yeah, I got it.
But the men who are really scared of those women are the ones that sell drugs because they eluded. And it's not because they sell drugs. I got nothing against it. Hustle how you want to hustle, but you eluded and went away from responsibility from day one. So when you have to be responsible for a person and taking care of that person, my excuse is I'm busy. I'm this or I'm that. Where reality is, what you should be busy with in your life is your woman and your family and your kids.
Facts.
Because I don't want my daughters who are 15 and 14 to be hot girl summering. Because they want to be 15 and 14.
Yeah.
So
we all got daughters here. We all got daughters. Man,
so when you look at
this is why we do affirmations. This is why we do different things to kind of show I feel like there's just a lack in that, just to show just young ladies, little ladies, everything. It's like there's a lack in that. There is more so people wanting to, I want to drive the boat like Meg Thee Stallion, which I love her music. But there's more of that, Meg Thee Stallion. There is more of that than empowering women brunches or empowering teacher ladies to be little ladies, or you know what I'm saying? There's not that. So if you don't seek that type of lifestyle out, you're just going to be a product of your environment, and $50 nails it is. I like Swarovski crystals. I like different things, so I may be a different type of breed of girl, but woman, goddess, all that. But it depends on your mentality, what you're going to seek out in life.
So we need a dude that just wants some hood rats, because it's like this is too good of a panel of men. Like I need somebody's opinion that's like, you know, because like when I promoted,
Never been attracted to hood rats.
when I promoted, you know, you deal with all of them.
And even for me, because certain events that I am a part of or whatever, I have groups of women that I know that's their mentality, and it's not gonna change. And I need some girls that's gonna come up here and shake some ass because I got a celebrity coming in or whatever the case may be. There are those women, and they do have goodness inside of them, I'm sure, but they're just not that deep.
They all got jobs.
They are shallow. They are pretty much trying to, you know, sell whatever, the food stamps, do whatever. And there are those women, and that's just the fabric of America. There's a little bit of everybody out here, and you just really can't change. And then that's another thing too. You cannot change someone's mentality.
That's true.
So stop trying to wife these hot girl summers and trying to think that she's gonna all of a sudden be a CEO in a book club.
So here's my question then: if we can't wife them, and
Then you
we send right, but then I ain't like that. When you think I'm just gonna be somebody easy, what are we supposed to do about that? You're giving me that's what you are. You can't be both.
Yeah,
You gotta pick one. You
Honestly, I think for me, I don't even look at the body sometimes, just because growing up, I'm a sapiosexual. I'm gonna just put that all out there. I love a woman that is mentally smart and can actually joust with me because I'm very intelligent. I'm a sponge. I love to get as much information.
Those stereotypes.
See why I say this?
Exactly.
See why I say this
Yeah.
panel? It's kind of tough.
It's tough.
Yeah, nobody because.
Hey, get you a woman that reads. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, if she
If
got
you read
the
a book,
looks,
I got some books to highlight.
do you ever read my post? The other day I just posted the sexiest thing about a woman you walk in the house is having a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Like that's like when I walk in and I see, and not just Zane and Sister Soldier, but actually have some value to it. Like don't just tell me you read, you know, Eric Jerome Dickey. Let me know you got like a psychology book that you didn't get from school that you actually went to the
Or
bookstore
something
and bought.
other than Rich Dad Poor Dad because you're trying to look deep.
right?
Yeah.
When you know.
And you got it on CD because you just own up to read it on book.
Oh, my Kindle Fire has it.
Okay, so basically the takeaway from that is it's all about the mentality.
Absolutely.
Men and women, it's all about mentality, where you're at and where you want to go.
All right, so we've been talking about dating for like forever. So what's another topic? Justin, do you have anything for us? Let's talk about it. Anything in the gaming world, anything as far as events or anything to kind of look forward to for our minorities that are into different things?
Got a little
other
bit of
than
entertainment. We went to see Lion King. That's a little bit of entertainment for you guys.
Nice.
You guys had a chance to see
Brown
that.
skin
I'm
girl.
gonna watch it on Fire Stick at some point.
Brown skin girl.
But I have heard a lot of people, and I hate this, is like hating on Beyonce because of her voiceover with the language.
I'm one of those. Let me tell you how
Let
it is.
her be great.
She
Love
could be
you,
great.
Bee.
She could be great. Now let me tell you, growing up, a huge fan of Lion King. All right.
Some things are also just not to be recreated or
No, it was good. The movie was good. All right. Just Beyonce talking, I couldn't do it. Her singing, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So
It was just the lines that they gave her. I was like, oh, no, I can't really do it.
She couldn't be herself. She had to
couldn't.
come up.
Shout
We
out Beyonce from
we-
Texas. Yeah,
We
definitely.
still love you, B.
It's
we
still
still love you.
on Dallas up top.
But did
the
you
north
get
side.
the same feeling as when you watched Lion King as a kid?
Well, I mean,
That was like-
I'm
it
much
was so
older
deep.
now, but let me
It
tell
was
you.
in the cartoon. I felt it.
Let me tell you.
When he died, I felt it.
In the cartoon, I must have been like 3 years old. I must have been in my mom's arms crying. This one, I almost shed a tear. But I remember I'm a grown man. I almost shed a tear when Mufasa died. 'Cause that was real. It looked real.
Grown
Yeah.
man cry, Jay. Grown man.
Grown man cry. Grown men do
We got
cry.
to make that a thing, because that's part of the reason.
Men have
You know,
emotions.
Well, so
watched
let's
the-
talk about that. Men crying during movies.
GMC. Grown man cry.
Hashtag that. Hashtag TMC. That's gonna be trending. So, men, I would say men do cry. You'll never see it. You'll never see it. But I believe men should cry.
Yeah, it is a release. So
I'm gonna cry out loud.
I think-
I mean, I
Are
ain't
you-
no
are you
boo-
one of those
I'm
who's
not a
loud
boo.
with it?
I'm not a boo-hooer. But if I feel like I get emotional as a grown man when I see kids like 3 weeks ago that was sitting in front of a restaurant begging for food, like with the most embarrassing, humble, and me being from Chicago and the type of place that I'm from, and to see kids, you know, not panhandling and just asking to be asking, but to be too embarrassed to ask for food when you had to say, hey, here, come have this. When I got in my car, I bawled, because at that age, they should be in college, coming home for the summer, enjoying the vacation.
Yeah.
So for me as a man, you know, I'm never gonna tell my son don't cry. You know, I played basketball. When I lost big games, I cried. It didn't make me less tougher, less square than anybody else. We get that.
Oh, it's our first show, you guys. Just
We get
drink
that
it, okay?
that stigmata that, you know, you're not supposed to cry and you're soft if you do that and you're supposed to do this. You know, part of our issue is you know, we don't want nobody to see us, kind of what you said. You know, how many times, I don't know how it is, I don't know, you from here?
I'm from Phoenix.
Phoenix. So I don't know how here in Dallas, but like in Chicago,
it's like you cannot cry.
I watched the
You're gonna
Jay-Z
and
interview.
if you light skin, it's even worse. So.
I watched the Jay-Z interview the other day, and he said something that hit home with me. How many times have you guys got into a fight for looking at a dude, or argument when a dude is like looking at you, and he's like, "What you looking at?
Right.
What you looking at?"
Right.
And what he said was, he's like, "Well, he thinks that I see him, like I see his pain, and we don't want to show that. So now we got to be tough and try to fight, and that's what we do." And I think if you cry, man, it makes you a lot tougher than if you sit there and you try to be.
Well, also on the mental health side, like even with my brother, and I won't say, oh, I raised him. I'll say that we helped raise each other, because it was a learning experience for me as well. But even in just, it was my first time. I didn't know anything. But even just with him, with my brothers and sisters, I would make sure that I tell him, you know, I would rather you get it out than to hold that in, and now you explode somewhere, and now I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting a call from the school, and he just went off on this boy and beat his ass and blah blah. I would rather you express your frustrations, get it out. You want to cry? Our mom passed away very, very young. I would tell him, you know, he's 10 years old. I would tell him, you know, and then he was also fighting an attempt murder charge for something that he didn't do, because he was with the wrong boys who decided to rob a lady going downtown Evanston. And so there was that whole thing. So it was a learning experience. He did a year, 2 months and 3 days, and he was in like a whole facility and everything. I was fighting to get him out of it. They didn't want to release him to me. I was super young. I had to get emancipated. It was just a whole thing. So I would tell him, you know, through our journey, let it out, because I don't want you to be another angry black man, another angry whatever type of man, you know. So I think it's important to kind of teach our young men that, you know, if you feel like crying, cry. If you need to go and you need to scream. If you need to go and do, you know what I'm saying? I think it's important to do so. I don't like when dudes are like talking to their sons and I see them outside, or even at the coaching events and all that stuff. I would be, you know, supporting my brother, but I would also see other fathers, you know, talking to their kids, boy, suck it up. You know, they're on the losing team, suck it up. You know, wipe those tears, or, you know what I mean? Be a man. And I hate that statement. Be a man. Like, what does that even mean?
Before we get into that, we're going to say that for next week.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
We're going to say that one for next week.
We'll talk about it.
So let's get some closing statements. We'll start with Mel over there. What you got to say?
Get you a good one from the beginning. Make sure that you are sapiosexual based, so you actually have a woman that can think on her feet and can pour into your cup just as well as you're pouring into her cup. And push for greatness every single time that you open your eyes together.
Yeah. Obie?
Value where you stand as a person. You know, that statement, discover who you are, not what you are. You know, you come into this as who you are in the beginning. Understand who that is will help you get through anything in life.
Miss Lacey?
I'm going to use my last words to do an entrepreneurial spotlight, but what I'm going to say is, and I did make a Facebook status about this, is that I basically said, like, is it hard or easy to support someone if they're doing well in their love, their just regular life, or their business? What I want to say to other people is, so learn how to support other people so that you can also, you know, be ready for when your time comes. So I think that is just very important to just show support to everyone and support yourself. Stop cheering everybody else on and then don't cheer yourself on. Just cheer everyone on and cheer yourself on too.
I agree.
So get some affirmations. If you need help with that, you can reach out.
Tap
But-
in, we got enough.
Yeah, like find something that can kind of just help you support yourself. What about you,
So
Justin?
what's the spotlight?
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna do that after he says his.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Mine, my closing statements was, letting everyone know that this, once again, this was presented by Excalibur Entertainment. This is Let's Talk About It. Stay
First
tuned.
episode.
This is first episode, first of many.
I'm here. I was.
He'll be here next week too. He is
I'll
not
be here next week with the missus, but this is us. This is what we're gonna be doing every week. We got this.
So I'll just do a quick entrepreneurial spotlight really, really, really quickly. We were talking about books. So this is a really good book, Cigarettes and Bad Decisions, the shit I wish I'd known. So this is a really good book. This is by Coffee Black, a young lady named Hollow Tip. These are their nicknames, but but also it's from my friend James, Mr. Jack Brickhouse Mallard. So shout out to them. This is a really good book. Just a
I ain't
quick
wearing none of my shirts today, but yeah.
Panoramic Lifestyle Network. Shout out to them. They have clothing. So this is just a really good book. And then also too, I have Sheikah Gaines, who I just met at this wonderful women's empowerment session. Sheikah the author. So she has books for children, just going through their lives and their different changes and things like that. She has reading time, so I think that's really good. You can find her at Sheikah the author on like everything. So there's that. More reading stuff. The Identity of She. So this is a really good read too. This is women from all body types, shades, sizes, everything you can think of. There's me. But this is another really good read. This is about women, what they go through, positive body image. Again, I was talking about those affirmations. I do have a your body love to-do list. So things that you can kind of write down about yourself and kind of realize your strengths and weaknesses, things like that, things to work on. So yes, there's that. Moving right along, a really good outlet. Shout out to Dejanay. Shout out to Ebony Lacey. Love her. They came together and put Rep Your City magazine. I'm on here, obviously. But this is a really good one too, you guys. This is like $25 a slot, $100 whole page, where you can kind of just display what it is that you do. It gives a little bit of bio about you, where people can find you if you are an entrepreneur, all of that. So there's that, Rep Your City magazine. You can find them on social media. Moving right along, we have Nyrisha. I love her, another powerful woman. She has Splash Cosmetics. It's infused with CBD oil. For people that are frowning on that because they feel like it's weed involved, no, like chill out. She's got a lot of really good stuff that help with anxiety, depression, again, mental health awareness. Of course, my personal makeup artist, the B-Box, she just got engaged. I cannot wait for their wedding.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I cannot wait for their wedding.
That's big.
So my face is not beat today. I'm wearing my freckles and stuff, but shout out to her.
And I'm singing at the wedding.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Yeah,
but yes, the Beatbox, BEAT-BX. Okay, BX. She fancy. So there's that. Lastly, Dolls Bundles. This is actually my brand ambassador package. But yes. Dolls Bundles. This is by Jasmine Jones. Love her. Love her. If you want to get qualified for your marijuana card, she can do that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she colors units, everything like that. So that's my entrepreneurial spotlight for this week. Next week I'll talk about some other people. This is all based out of Phoenix too, you guys. All in AC.
And my entrepreneurial spotlight is myself, Jay Mello.
Oh my God, his singing is the best.
The #1 R&B
Hey, will
singer
you sing something for us right now?
Sing us out.
Just
Go
really
ahead,
quick.
sing.
Just
Come on, take us
something
home,
little.
baby. Take us home.
Just something.
You gonna walk around and not talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's what I'm gonna get a little bit.
That was good. That was good.
Next episode coming soon.
Like I said, let's talk about it. We'll see y'all next week.
Let's talk
Next Monday.
about it.
Next Monday. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll
And
see
reach
what else.
out, you guys. Send us
Reach out.
topics. Send us things that you want to hear talked about. Just anything on your mind.
You can send Obie pictures if you want to.
Do not.
Don't send them to me.
My
Don't
inbox
send
is
it to
shut.
Send it
Shout
to
out
Obie.
and shout out to all the girls, you know, living their best life, hot girl summer, and also shout out to the women that are on their shit.
Shout out to the men who are working hard doing what they're supposed to do in life, all right? We're going to get up out of here. See y'all next week.